This episode of Rakowski is brought to you by the enemies of EA. A special thanks to our latest members, DLS, Michael Alexander, Carolina Pavinska, and Judy Albert. Click the join button down below to find out how you too can be part of the crusade against EA. An archipelago of islands surrounded by tranquil seas, Isla Paradiso is a great place for relaxation, recreation, and exploration. Indulge with a stay at a resort, an adventurous boat cruise, or scuba dive into the depths in search of hidden wonders. Where will your adventures take you? What's up guys, Rakowski here, and today we are judging and rating all of the builds in Isla Paradiso. Before we get started, if you could please pretend that like button is EA and smash it with all your might, that would be just fabulous. And if you enjoy Sims games that aren't The Sims 4, then I highly suggest that you hit that subscribe button as well. And don't forget to head over to my community tab where you can vote on which world we review next. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. You know what? Despite the lag, this may be the most beautiful world in the game. My goodness, look at this. What's up guys? Here we are in Isla Paradiso. But back to my original point, this world is stunning. Now, I've been in Create a World quite a bit lately. If you want to know more about Create a World, I'll leave a link in the description. I recently did a video on how to use it. It's mostly for beginners, but if you haven't really done it before, I think it'll be helpful. But yeah, looking at these islands, looking at the shores, looking at all the little details, I cannot imagine how long this took. Now, unfortunately, we're not here to judge the actual world itself. We're here to judge the builds in the world. And as we know from Twinbrook, that doesn't always go so well, but you guys picked this world and you told me it was pretty, so I do have some high hopes. But as we know, there's only one way to find out. So why don't we jump in and get started? First up is a Modern Folly. And the lot description says it was designed by a renowned architect. This home was featured on the cover of Island Architecture magazine. So let's see if that's actually the case. Now, my first thought is looking at it from the front, it actually looks really underwhelming as a thumbnail, but the beauty of this house really comes when you kind of circle around it. I'm noticing lots of details. They're using every dimension in the best possible way. I love these front stone things. I don't even know like what you'd call that. I love the flat roof. I love the roofing details and like the latticing. The pool is like underneath, like the house is on top of these columns. I'm really kind of digging this. And it also looks like it's shipping containers or something too, which we all know from Eco Lifestyle, and that's kind of one of my favorite Sims 4 packs. We even have like all the solar panels on the roof. Honestly, so far so good. I love it. Let's just jump inside. So my first thought is like there is not a drop of green in this house, so I love that. Look at this bathroom. They actually use like white tiles. They use some black as well. I think it's nice and modern and chic. The red dining table is a little too red for me, but I like that they have like a statement because this place is pretty bland color wise, which is not really a bad thing because, you know, sometimes they pick horrible colors and I'm sure we'll see some of that later. And the layout is very functional. Like I like how the bathroom is kind of next to this bedroom. This bedroom has its own bathroom too. The only thing I don't really like is the blue for this one. I don't think this blue goes with this red. I don't think it goes with white either. It's just not really a color for me. And of course I have to complain about snakeskin every time I see it because I think it's gross. But I mean, other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. So I'm just still kind of getting warmed up. It's early in the morning and I'm starting the new world. So I wasn't like screaming for joy or anything, but this build is exquisite. I love the detail. I love a lot of the decisions that they chose. I wish there was a little more color though. I know I complain a lot about the EA color. I don't think the red and blue they used inside were modern enough. Maybe they were modern like 10 years ago when this pack came out though. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna give this house a 9. See, it's funny because our last world was Twinbrook and I don't think I even gave a 9 the whole world, but like we're starting off strong in Isla Paradiso, so hopefully we see some other fun things. Next up is Adobe Abode. And this house says it's a lovely home with excellent views, so I guess we'll have to see about that. My first thought is that it's very similar to some of the Lucky Palms Mediterranean styles we were seeing, but I like this one a lot better. It just looks a lot more cleaned up. A lot of people were complaining in the comments like, that's how those houses look. And I'm like, I know, but they didn't look ugly. And I think this is a much better rendition. The backyard is really lovely. I love the landscaping. Like for such a little yard, I love it. And quite frankly, frankly, it does have a really good view, but all the best windows are on the other side, right? Like at the back here, you just have like these regular windows. And now I'm just getting nitpicky. It's going to be one of those worlds where it's so good that I just start complaining about nothing. Okay, let's jump inside. Honestly, a brown kitchen, I'm not hating. I'm enjoying brown because I used to really hate brown, especially in The Sims 4. I hate the brown swatches for most things, but at least in The Sims 3, you can make it a nice brown, and we see so many ugly colors, especially in other worlds. So just to have something a little bit more toned down, but still balanced. They use different beiges and browns too. It balances out really nicely. The floor plan is perfect. This is exactly what I would want, like kitchen, dining, living, hallway to the backyard. I really wish there was a half bath downstairs though. Like you could probably have fit it no problem. Going upstairs, I see a green bedding, but I mean, I don't see a green bathroom, which is good. I actually see blue bathrooms. The tile's a little intense, but I do like the blue. Now I've noticed they're using the default black shower tub a couple times already, so they could have been a little bit better with that. Even this mirror I think is the default swatch, but there's a little bit of pink on these toilets. They did the blue, right? So they're doing something. And I will say, like, why is it a 3-bedroom house for like a single artist woman? But at the same time, it's kind of nice because I like having these houses kind of ready for expansion because I always have babies when I play The Sims. Like that's my favorite thing to do. I could be an international super spy. I could be a windsurfer, a mermaid, doesn't matter. I'm having like 5 kids. I mean, it's cute and nice and it's really practical. It just doesn't blow me away. Again, it's kind of missing that like creative statement. And I will think like if she is an artistic sim, like this house is a little boring for someone like that. As you can see, people who are creative like all sorts of weird colors. So I'm going to give this house a 7. It's a Twinbrook 10, but I mean, you know, like it's a 7 because we're in Isla Paradiso. And it's got that EA style with like all the windows too, which is something that, well, maybe we don't love, but at least we're used to it. Next up is our first houseboat, which is Aquaholic. A well-loved houseboat, sturdy and strong. Well, it certainly looks like it. It definitely looks better than the one I built, although I do say it looks a little bit similar and I had no idea what I was doing, so maybe I was on the right track at least. I don't know, you should have been at my live stream to see that disaster. But this house I think is very nice. Even if it wasn't like on a houseboat, it's kind of like my style, like the simple modern with the wood paneling, the big windows. Again, I like the wood colors that they're choosing. It's very hard to get nice woods in The Sims, so that's always nice. Oh, and they put the steering at the top. See, I didn't do that. My steering is like back here, so you can't see anything. And then like my girl's driving the house, but anyway, it was a disaster. Okay, let's jump inside. What, wait a minute, is this a basement? I didn't know you could have a basement in a houseboat. I guess you can, it makes sense. Why don't we comment on this first since we're already down here? I like how small and efficient it is because like when you're having multiple levels, you don't want them running all over the place. I really like the color of this bathtub fixture. I just don't think it goes well with this like wooden paneling that they went with. It's got a little too much purple in it, but I really do like the colors. I just don't like the color scheme. I love this purple, love this blue, teal, turquoise thing. Not sure about this powder blue, but let's go upstairs to the actual house. Oh wow, they went for the same wall everywhere, which is not really something I love. And if I did go with the same wallpaper everywhere, I would have chose something a little bit different. I love these like little sea details. So fun fact, this guy's actually like a fisherman, so it makes sense for him to have some of these oceany things. It shouldn't just be in every build. I love how small and efficient this kitchen is. This is like my tiny house kitchen to a T. I mean, it's cute, it's simple, it's stylish, and part of me thinks that like this is going to be in the weaker half of the builds, but it's still pretty strong, definitely stronger than some of the stuff we've seen before. I'm going to give this a 7 as well. It just kind of works for what it is. Like it's a well-loved houseboat that's sturdy and strong, and it doesn't have very many ugly surprises or anything. Well done. Next up is Atlantis. Yikes! So not everything in Isla Paradiso is gonna be beautiful at first sight, but let's just take this for what it is. Now, the first thing I noticed is that the Sims are ghosts, so I hope they didn't die since I started the review, but I don't think that's the case. I think that they're supposed to be. I love the details. I even love like the shipping crates. I love little details like that, even if it's not pretty. Speaking of not pretty, the closer I get to this yellow, the less I like it. I actually don't know if I hate the yellow necessarily. I just don't know if I love it with this wood. The wood itself is very detailed, and I think they did a good job with that. It's just not good for the outside. And this detail is like all over the place. They got like half wall up here, they got overhang here, they got roof, window, window. Like it's a little bit too much. And I think it's unnecessarily tall. Okay, let's jump inside. Okay, on the first floor, we have a half bath, which I was complaining we didn't have earlier, so I like that. I don't know how I feel about a bookcase being downstairs when that's not where the living room is. And I don't like how you have to use outside stairs to get upstairs, but of course listed as a houseboat. Maybe that's like a feature of a lot of them. One pink flamingo. Oh my God. See, the thing is, I'm sure it's supposed to be like mix and match, but it's not mix and matched enough. Like this is Victorian, that's Victorian. The lamps are kind of Victorian. Then this is like 90s. I have no idea what the hell this thing is. And then like the globe, I don't know. And honestly, the third floor is just as uninspiring, but at least they have the stairs from the inside. So it's like, if they could have it here, why couldn't they have it somewhere else too? Now, this house isn't like horrible, right? Like it's just because we are in a better world. So I do have to grade a bit against the curve. But so far, this is by far the worst thing, interior and exterior, that we've seen. I'm not quite getting the style. I'm sure there's some sort of story to it, but I mean, it's still ugly. I'm gonna give it a 4. It's just not for me. And if you know like the story behind the ghostly Sims, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below so we can talk about it. Next up is Casa del Sol, and it appears to be our first mansion. And I noticed that like Del Sol is like Del Sol Valley, like in The Sims 4, and I think it means like of the sun in Spanish or whatever. So you can let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section down below as well. You always do anyway. But yeah, going around this, like it's a Sims mansion, right? Like it's an EA mansion. That being said, it isn't awful. I do like it, and all of those like little EA details, like the over windowing, the outlandish arches and things, those are things that I enjoy from EA builds. So I think it's actually a good thing. I do love the windows that they chose. I love the arches. The pool is kind of just the right size. I wish it was a little wider. It would have looked a little better from up top, but maybe from like first person, it's fine, right? And in real life. And honestly, the front has so much detail. Okay, let's just go inside and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so starting inside, the first thing I notice is this long skinny bathroom. What is this, 2x7? I've never seen a bathroom in those dimensions before. And this hallway is kind of weird and like not very practical. But I mean, as a style, I don't think it's too bad. I think it's pretty cohesive throughout. I like that there's like a separate media room, formal living area, dining area, another formal living area. Yeah, like this is like a mansion floor plan. The kitchen is exquisite, actually. I love like how this little counter space is dipped in the side here. I would have put a trash compactor instead of like a cheap garbage can because it is a mansion. Oh my God, a foosball table. Every Sims house needs a foosball table. Okay, going upstairs, you have like this office that's way far away from anything. Ooh, here's a problem. This is like a practical problem. So see how the stairs are kind of facing out to the outside here? Now your Sim has to walk all the way around here to get to this bathroom. And also the set of stairs like to the third floor is way far away from those stairs too. So the entrance to these stairs is on this side of the house. So it's going to take your Sim like an hour to get downstairs. But again, the colors aren't too bad. They're kind of going for this beige thing. They use double sinks in an upstairs bathroom, which is fine. I'm just so glad it's not triple sinks in the ensuite. Speaking of triple, the design for this house says ample space for 1, maybe 2. I disagree. This house has enough room for like my 100 baby challenge. I think this is Isla Paradiso's version of Big Ugly Mansion, and if that's the case, I'm really not disappointed. I really love the color of the brick too now that I come outside. But one thing with mansions is the floor plan, and if the floor plan isn't great, you're gonna have a bad time no matter how beautiful it is. And the inside isn't that pretty either, but it is a really concerted effort, so I have to give it credit. I'm gonna give it an 8 because even with those critical problems, like you could just like spin the stairs around one time and you could fix the whole thing. And to be fair, this is a rich Sim, so it's not like he needs to make it to the carpool. Next up is Casita Azurita. Now, as I was going in, I thought Azurita, maybe it'll be a blue house, and apparently it is absolutely a blue and purple house with a light blue fence and a green door. And I know saying it out loud, that sounds just awful. Oh my God, 2 green doors. But I really do like it. It's kind of charming, and especially after all the plain wood we've seen, it's nice to have a little pop of color. It is a bold color palette, that's for sure. And going around, I think it has just the right amount of windows. I was afraid EA would do like 8 windows, even though they only had 6 tiles. Actually, they do that in The Sims 4 sometimes. Okay, let's jump inside. So the description says this home has nurtured Sims for generations, and I don't know who's having a baby in this house, but this house is not ready for Sims family gameplay. I kind of like the funkiness of the counters, the purple wall inside, the light blue chairs. What I will say is that they kept the color scheme kind of cohesive, right? So they used this blue for the counters, for example. The blue of the fence is on the chairs, so it just ties everything in together. I mean, of course, this house is basically like a bachelor apartment, so there's not like a whole lot to say about it, but I think it's really like funky and cute and like a nice little touch into Isla Paradiso, and definitely different from anything that we've seen before. It's kind of giving me Lucky Palms vibes, which is a good thing too. I'm gonna give this one a 7. I know it's the land of 7s so far because we've given out a lot of them, but I mean, like, I think this is 7 is better than like 4, which seemed to be the average of the last world. Next up is Castillo D'Ichitacha. So this is a really good time to mention that I do not speak Spanish at all, and I'm probably mispronouncing a lot of these words incorrectly, but I'm trying to give it my best shot. Actually, once I was like, sorry, I don't know Spanish, and someone was like, it's Portuguese, and I'm like, oh my god, like you can see how little I know about these languages. But that being said, my first thought from the front was, my favorite city in the world is Prague, so it's going to be hard to impress me with a castle, but this is doing it. This is my first Sims castle experience other than the Sims Medieval, and I'd say this is really well done. It's got that EA Windows style everywhere, windows as far as the eye can see. Ooh, look at this little pool. It's in an interesting little shape too. Like looking at it from like the sky too, like it's got really interesting architecture, like the balconies, like the roofing, you can go on top of everything. I guess these are just half walls just made to look like a castle. That's very clever. Okay, how big is this thing? Let's jump inside. Okay, it's very big, but the rooms are kind of spaced out. So number one is that this is not practical at all, but this is definitely a for fun house, so we can forgive it. Over here we have a bar, which leads up to a games room with a foosball table, of course, and then up to a gym, like, or I guess just a treadmill, and going up into a living room lounge. That's so weird. Now the fencing around the stairs is very bizarre, but I will say that using the round staircases, sometimes like that's as good as you can get it. Now this thing, he doesn't know if it wants to be Bella or Cassandra Goth or Gold. Ew, this is like an ugly living room too. Like, I don't know, like these are so hit and miss, and like it's so eclectic. It's just like love, hate, like everywhere, right? Okay, let's just go up to the second floor. Oh, thank goodness we don't have green bathrooms, but again, they're using that default black tile for those tubs. Not really for me. Now the bedrooms are all right too. This place is ready for kids and family gameplay, I guess, but it's still not very efficient. I'm looking at this floor plan and I'm just imagining the carpool coming for my sim and the kid needing to be fed, and just neither of them happening. And going up to like the roof, because like we only really saw like the gym room and stuff. Over here we have yet another living room. It's a little bit out of control at this point. I think, like, I know the mansions have like seating areas everywhere, but this is ridiculous. Oh wow, and 2 more bedrooms and 2 more bathrooms at the top of everything. Is it, or is it another one? No, it is, because down here you have these 2 bathrooms, and then at the top you do. Now the one thing I will mention is that that would be realistic because of the fact that the plumbing on top of each other would be very like easy to build compared to like having them everywhere else. Honestly, like for a castle it isn't great, but I think for like an EA build, like they really went for it. This is probably one of the most ambitious builds we ever saw, but it is just a big ugly EA house with a different coat of paint, literally. But I mean, like as a shell, fantastic. I just would completely change the inside rooms and stuff. I'm gonna give this a 6. I'm not sure if I'm happy or disappointed that the outside doesn't have a big splash of color, but I mean, I think overall this is definitely a house that can inspire people to maybe do something else or maybe do something with it. Next up is Colonial Casa. God, I said that really American, Casa. Anyway, there's that pop of color that I was just dying for. I absolutely love this. Like, what a palette. If you described this house like EA built a green, yellow, purple, blue big house, like I would be like, ugh. But I mean, looking at it, it's very nice. I really love this frieze detail as well. It's actually not overly windowed, which is a nice change. I would expect a bunch of windows up here on the top floor, and the windows that they chose are kind of funky and interesting. Like, I don't mind the bay window, and it does have those colonial details. I don't know a lot about this kind of architecture, so I'm not going to comment too much on the styles and whatnot. I'm just going to go with based on like the Sims and like what I see. So let's jump inside. Okay, I'm glad they carried some of the color inside, but they didn't overdo it. I was afraid the outside and the inside were going to like completely match, which would have been a disaster. So far, so good. There's a little clipping with the bushes into the wall, so that I don't love, but the kitchen is all right. It's in a nice order. It's by the dining room. There's that half bath downstairs I wanted in the other house. The living room is very boring and basic though. I guess there's lots of room if you had to buy more things, but this family has 5 people in it already. Like, you're already going to need some things. My goodness, this bathroom is too much. I don't know how I feel about this blue and that blue being together, especially not with the black checkers here. God, both bathrooms are like that. But the bedrooms and stuff, it kind of just looks like a normal starter house. Like, it doesn't look like an EA house. It looks like a house that like I would build if I just made like a big family and needed to get started. I mean, like, the style is great. The floor plan is great, but there is nothing for these people to do. And that's really unfortunate because there's a lot of them. So I like to have like at least one skill building item or hobby item that is appropriate for each sim in a house, just so that way they have something to default to. But it is a little nitpicky. I mean, like it is really good, and like to use these colors in a way that isn't gross takes some sort of talent. So I'm gonna give this one a 6. It's funky, it's fresh, and it mixes a few things that I would never normally mix. Like, you know, even just like this railing with these columns, not really something that I would do, but when you put them both in a weird blue on a weird house, then I guess it kind of works. Next up is Fantasea. Get it? Fantasea. Haha. Okay, anyway, so this house is a pun in itself, but I really do like the shape. I love these like modern details that they're going for. It reminds me of the first house that we saw. Love this back bay window. It's so hard to make bay windows look nice in The Sims. And I know I said that one dining table wasn't a modern red, and I think this is the same red, and it's working here. So maybe I've been proven wrong. There'd be a first time for anything. Okay, let's jump inside. So even though I know nothing about houseboats really, I Googled houseboats to look at them before I started this, just so I'd have an idea. And what I saw is that houseboats can literally come in any shape, size, and style. So there's no reason to say like this could never be a houseboat. Like anything can be a houseboat after what I saw. Love the half bath, love the stairs in the middle, kitchen, dining, living, all in a row. That's perfect. Oh my god. And I don't see any ugly colors. I really like the palette in here. It's quite neutral, and normally I love like a pop of color, but the outside has the pop of color, right? So we don't have to worry about that. And going up to the second floor, ooh, I wonder if this is a little bit of a routing problem because it's so small here, but I guess we'll save that for another day. I like how you can go right into like the workout room and office on one side and the bedroom and bathroom in the other. Again, very efficient, like awake time, sleepy time, right? It just makes sense for the Sims. Oh, and if you go up, like you can control it from the top. Okay, so this is something I'm gonna do in my next houseboat build. I was thinking, how am I gonna see where I'm steering? But of course, I never thought to build like an extra story to put the controls. And I think every houseboat that EA has made actually has this. And I think that that's like one way that they did it better than I did. Actually, I have a feeling I'm going to be ashamed of my houseboat because all the ones we've seen so far are gorgeous. And this is no exception. This particularly blew me away. I love that it's efficient. It has a bold style. It's definitely something that I could see myself playing in. I think I'm going to give this one a 10. I was going to go for 9 or 9.52, but like Fantasea, like, okay, you put your heart and soul into this, you can have a 10. Next up is Fiesta House. This is a beautiful color for this style of house. I always like, you know, like for example, this one's a little bit too crazy for me, but I would love just like one solid color, and I think this is a great choice for it. It has very similar windows and style to some of the other builds, but just in like a nice, simple, cleaned up way. But that's also in the style of the house. Ooh, I like the back too. Lots of interesting little architectural detail for such a small house. Sometimes they get lazy and just make the back flat, as we can see next door. Okay, so far so good. I like this one too. Let's jump inside. It's not a green bathroom. Actually, I really like this red with this very pale green. It kind of works. It doesn't scream Christmas. There's that black tile with that bathtub again. Okay, so everyone who has Isla Paradiso, please go in and just like change all your bathtubs and you'll just have like a better experience. The living room looks like Little Simsy made it. The kitchen actually also looks like Little Simsy made it because they forgot a garbage can. Okay, let's continue on. And just before her fans like destroy me in the comment section as usual, I like her. I just like calling her out for like those like little things that she calls herself out for. I poke fun at myself. I poke fun at everybody. I am mean-spirited after all. I mean, it's cute. It's nice. It's very practical too. And I really do like the outside. Like anything inside, like there's not even really problems. Like just like a floor here, a wallpaper here, and a trash can, and you've got a good house. I'm gonna give this one an 8. It might be a little biased too, because I kind of built a house for the Calientes in a similar color to this. So, and also a similar style, but I think EA kind of did a little better than me, so I had to give some points for credit too. Next up is Holiday House. I don't hate the color actually. It's blue and purple just like a couple of the other houses, and I've noticed that they're keeping this palette consistent, and they have chosen some uglier palettes to keep more consistent in other worlds, so I can't be too mad at this. I love the balconies and the porches. It's really giving that beach house vibe, especially since it's like overlooking the ocean cliff here, and it does look like an EA house. It's got all the windows and everything, and I like how they chose white for the windows and for the fence. sense. I think it would have went too crazy if they chose another color, if you know what I mean. And fun fact, this house is owned by the Babes on the Beach, and this is like some people's favorite household. So in case you were waiting for this one, here it is. So let's jump inside. Oh my God, like my favorite colors together. We have like a fuchsia purpley and like a teal. I absolutely love the living room. And I noticed that they recolored the TV to white, and that's like a nice little detail just because I know everyone picks the black one. Now, don't love this painting, and of course they use it in this build. But if we ignore that and go into their teal kitchen, this is exquisite. I love this kitchen. My goodness. It's the exact same color as my bedroom wall, as you can see behind me. Ooh, and going upstairs, I think they borrowed just enough from the palette as well. Like they just pull the purple into this rug. They pull the yellow from the other build onto this bedding, and it kind of works. Again, I'm glad the yellow isn't outside, but I don't mind a hint inside. I actually prefer the bathroom yellow a little bit, but I do love how they recolored this tile at least to a white. And the floor plan is extremely practical. Like the stairs are right in the middle. You have the bathroom kind of in the middle too. And it just kind of like all makes sense together, but it might be a little cramped for 3 Sims. Okay, no real ugly surprises yet. I mean, like you might think it's ugly. If you don't like this color palette, then you're probably gonna hate like half these houses. But like for me, I like it, and it's practical, and it's exactly what I'm looking for in an EA build. It's kind of an 8 territory, but since they chose teal as their main color for the inside, I'm gonna go 9. It's just super cute, and like I'm feeling the vibe. It's got the beach vibe, it's got the single girls vibe, it's got the I don't know color theory and I work for EA vibe. Like I'm just feeling it. And last but not least is luxury villa. I mean, it does look like a modern luxurious mansion, but again, with the eco lifestyle details, I wouldn't say luxury, but at the same time, I guess that's all subjective. I really love like the pool / fountain detail in the front. The architecture shape is just lovely. Like this entire world, I haven't seen any of those super ugly roofs or super ugly shapes, maybe that one houseboat, but for the most part, like they really put in a lot of detail. Even the impractical and like ugly colored builds, they still have a really good shape. And fun fact, this house is actually owned by the Altos, so this is definitely the style that I was expecting, like mega mansion, big pool, outdoor seating, gym in a separate building, you know, like whatever. Okay, let's jump inside and see what we got in our last mansion. Ooh, look at this. Well done. Perfect kitchen. It's also missing a garbage can, but what can you do? Love the black and white. It's offset with like grays really nicely. It's not too dark, not too bright, and that's really hard to do when you do black and white stuff. Going into the living room, love, again, they're using like teal and aquamarine colors, which I guess are more beach colors. I just never really thought of it. I kind of like the wall detail. It's a little bit loud if I'm honest, but I've noticed that this is the second treadmill I've seen so far in this build, so I don't personally love that, but maybe the Sims do. They also have a foosball table, just like every other family in this stupid world. Actually, every world and every game, they have foosball tables. Okay, going into this ensuite bathroom, love it. Again, nice and plain. They really went for that luxurious feel. I was afraid it was going to be a little too rustic, but the inside is super modern. Love this brown with this bedroom. I even love the red kind of tying it all in together. Again, they're keeping like consistency. See, in some EA worlds, I'm just thinking like they don't even have consistency within the same build, but in this world, they have consistency across multiple builds, and like we haven't seen that for a while either. And the floor plan isn't crazy stupid. Like the stairs are right in the middle, so like even though it's a big house, you can kind of get around everywhere. And I kind of like how the car driveway is kind of like tucked away inside too. I never know where to put my cars, you know? I was in the mood to rip something apart today, and I didn't really get to because everything just ended up being gorgeous, which is really unexpected. But I mean, like for an Alto house, I don't know if the outside styling, like in terms of like the shipping container and whatnot, is really feeling the vibe. I would have preferred it a little bit more land grab, like chic and just like a solid color or something. But I mean, other than the wallpaper for the outside, it's near perfection. I'm gonna give this one a 9. Alto houses always do well. Like I don't particularly love the Altos or anything, but like they're probably my favorite rich family line. Love Holly. And I think this house was a great way to cap them off. Well, that does it for the first half of Isla Paradiso. I'm blown away. Look at these scores. This is certainly way better than Twinbrook. I can't believe we waited for this for so long. See, the thing is, this pack gets such a bad rep, like, oh, it lags, it's unplayable. Not anymore. If you do the modern fixes, then it works out just fine. I was playing it on stream last weekend, and like we had a blast. We played it for like 6 or 7 hours or something, and I explored so many parts of the pack. Now, I avoided the houses on purpose so we would get a better response, but now now looking at them, I'm just so happy. What did you guys think? Do you like this style? I know it's a little bit on the color heavy side for some of them, so it might not be for everybody, but then again, we had some plain ones, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like and please subscribe for some more Sims content. I love this back. I can't believe how good it is. Like I've never been able to fully explore it, so I'm just having so much fun. Oh my god, can you imagine the next episode, like we come back and it's like every house is hideous. We just got lucky. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Get it? Bridge, because we're on an island. Anyway, thanks again. Boom.